Okay, so welcome back to Ships at Sea. I did a multiplayer stream. It was an absolute flop because the game just doesn't work how I expected it to work in multiplayer. But I did say we will continue a single player, so we currently have the roster. We've got 25 grand. And yeah, these boats are really, really slow. So we're going to actually take out a loan, speed this thing up so that we can get from A to B faster, so that we can start earning some proper money. So if we go to switch boats, we're going to figure out how much it's going to cost. We'll repair it first. And let's say 135, then I don't need to worry about that. So 135 grand is what we need. So let's go leave the shipyard. We're going to go to the office. We're going to grab a loan or two. We need 135, right? So if I take this loan and I grab this one, we'll be able to make that money back really, really fast. So now let's go and grab these upgrades. And once we've got these, our ship is going to be a lot better. So if we go... Where is it? Come on, give me the hitbox. The hitbox is so dodgy. So we go to the upgrades. We'll start with the engine. This one is by far the most expensive. And then we'll install that. Then we go to the propeller. We'll grab this best one. And now we've got 42 grand left. But our boat is going to be a lot faster. It's going to be easier to handle. And I read all the comments. So I found out that if we go to inventory, we have a handheld radio. That's how we get our boat towed. But our upgraded boat is sat there. So what we're going to do is grab a job. If we go... See, look, if I was to go 5 nautical miles, it's 75 grand. 98,000. 125,000. But here, we're getting 20 grand and it's really, really close. So I'm actually going to start with the groceries. So we'll accept that mission. And then we're going to take all the cargo to our boat. I'm going to do this probably until we've got, I'd like to say near on enough to pay back the loan. And then start saving the money up from there to grab the fishing boat and sort all that out. Because you've got to buy the boat, then you've got to buy all the rigging stuff, you've got to get the long lines, you've got to get the bait buckets, and then you can start fishing. So if we place that, then we go and grab the final cargo. And now the final cargo is on the boat. If we open our door, let's go, and where are we heading? I think it's the tutorial place we're going. So we'll undock. We get this engine powering up. I'm going to try not to damage it as best I can. And look at the speed difference, because I believe this had a max of like 7 knots when we first had it. But yeah, we're going 12 now. And the handling, like, well, I mean, we've got up to 13 knots, make that 14. We're actually reaching the max speed. So we're going to get from A to B a lot faster. We're probably going to burn through a lot more fuel, but that's fine. And yeah, we were capped at like 7 knots before we got the upgrades. I'm going to slow down quite a bit because we are approaching very, very quickly. No, come on, stay away. Please don't hit it. Right, slow down nicely. We want a nice calm approach. And then when we get a little bit closer, it says reduce speed. We still need to move closer, apparently. And we're going to leave. We're going to grab our cargo. So if I pick this one up first, and then we leave the boat. Okay, I keep getting stuck on that ramp. I did it in multiplayer as well. So let's place this one down. There's our second lot, and then we've got lot number 3. So grab this, leave the boat. I think because I'm pretty sure it's because the ramp is static and the little jetty thing's moving up and down. That's why we keep getting stuck. But there we go. Nice quick 20 grand. So now we've got to go back to Rost. We're going to grab the next job. So if I jump in here, we're going to close the door. Let's drive the boat. Let's undock. And then back we go, providing I can turn this thing around. I shouldn't have issues with it. No, you are joking. How much damage did I just take? I barely scratched it. Oh, come on, game. The water is so choppy. We've lost, what, like 6 health bars just from that tiny little collision? And it's because of the power of the water. See, I expect really, really choppy waters occasionally when you're out at sea. But when you're in these, like, lanes where the ports are, it shouldn't be that rough. It just makes it frustrating when every single bit of water you go through is rough. It is so frustrating to have every single last bit of water be rough. Because what I've got to do now is if we leave the boat, if the game lets me, there we go. I've got to go into the shipyard, I've got to pay for repairs, and it's going to be expensive. So we're going to cut into our profits because the water's really rough. If we go, look, so I've lost 3.5 grand out of the 20, meaning our profit was 16.5 grand because of smashing into those rocks, which wasn't my fault. Look at how choppy this water is. We're docked and the boat's just bouncing. But let's have a look here. So we've got... See, that's exactly the same job. There's barely any jobs in this game. They just refresh to the same place. But we're going to try this one. We're going to try the building materials. Oh no, we've got 5 things to load. I want to do a job where we've only got to load one thing, especially with the dodgy hitboxes to get on your boat. Right, so we've got the final bit of cargo. It's taken me so long because of the board boat hitbox. But we've got all of those on now, so let's have a look at where we need to go. We jump on the wheel, we'll undock straight away. We need to go down to there, so hopefully that's a nice straight approach and we can get out of there easier. So, without the game smashing my boat up by the current, let's power this bad boy up to full and make our way down to the drop-off spot, which shouldn't take us long. We've got 58 grand. We borrowed, I think it was 150. But with the interest, let's just say we need like 250 grand. It shouldn't take us too long. So I can finally see our drop-off spot on the mini-map, bottom left. The jetty doesn't seem too bad from here. It's a nice long jetty. Can we dock at the very end of it though? Please tell me. Oh, we can. I can see the box. No. Stop. I hate damage. Absolutely hate it. This water is so rough. Okay, cut the engine. We have docked. But now we've got to get all 5 of these to wherever the drop-off point is. We're going to get stuck on this ramp too. Here's the first one. We might have to just keep the loans going and just grab a fishing boat. I'm actually kind of getting bored of doing the cargo runs already. There we go, another 20 grand. Completed that. Please don't damage me really badly. And I'm hoping at some point the devs add offices to other ports, because it's annoying. Like, actually really annoying, having to always go back to Rost. And there we go, nice open water for the exit. Yeah, that's so much better going there. I think what I'm going to have to do is every single time we get back to Rost, I'm going to have to go to the shipyard and repair it, just so that we're always full. And then I think when it comes to fuel, I think as soon as we start hitting red, that's when we go to a refuel station. Because we should be alright. It doesn't actually consume a lot of fuel at all. I'm going to have a look at the job list. I don't want to keep doing the 0.3s over and over again, because granted they're short trips, but because it's only 20 grand a time, we're having to come back to Rost way more often than going somewhere further. I'm sick and tired of the damage in this game. The water is too rough. It needs to be sorted. It can't be this rough everywhere you go. So let's head to the shipyard. Let's spend more money that we shouldn't actually have to spend. I'm sure the devs will work on it. It's just going to take them time. At least I hope they're going to work on it, because I really do not like how rough the water is all the time. But that's only 1100. It's a lot better than 3500, but it still eats into our profits. But now, let's go to the office and check the jobs. Oh, that one didn't actually respawn. So we've got 20 grand for 0.2 nautical miles. Remove trash from the rust wall. I don't really want to do that at the moment anyway. Let's go services. I want to use this just in case we get stuck. I'm guessing the interest rate only applies if you're late for payments or something. Or if you're paying it back monthly. I think you can just repay the whole lot in one hit and be done with the loan. But let's have a look at these. So we've got 2.2, which is 30 grand. 2.3, which is 30. That's 125, which is really, really far away. 7.4 is 98.5 grand. See, that's like only 25,000 short of that, and it's 10 nautical miles less. And this one is 2.4 less than that, and it's 75 grand. And we can do these because they're smaller cargo. I'm guessing these are all small. Yeah, so medium cargo jobs would only pop up when we've got a boat that can do medium cargo. I'm almost tempted to do the 5 nautical mile, but I did one of the 2.2 or 2.3s, and that was really, really far away. But now my boat is a lot quicker. You know what? I'm going to take it. Let's just do this. Because I don't think it's going to take us too long with our boat being maxed out on all the upgrades. So we're going to head up the ramp, which we actually get stuck on because of how rough the water is. Grab the last bit of cargo. Look at how ridiculous this is. My boat's jumping. But now we've got all of that. I want to have a look at the map before we do anything. So we've got to go all the way down to there. Okay, we can refuel when we get there. I think if we just head straight towards it, we shouldn't have any issues in terms of deep water. Yeah, I kind of really, really want to get fishing. And you know what? We're going to time it. So if I pop the timer on, we start that, there we go. I've got a feeling this one's going to take us a little while. I mean, we're already 30 seconds in. Right, I do not want to be close to land at all. Because I've got stuck in this game so many times. I'm just very glad we have a mini-map at the bottom left to show us like how deep the water actually is and stuff. Oh, we've gone 1 kilometer so far. It says 8 on the compass now. You guys aren't going to be able to see that properly. If I try and get it about there, you can see 8 kilometers, kind of. That's probably better there. You know, even with a max speed of a little over 14 knots, this is still a very, very long journey. Okay, so it has just changed to 6 kilometers. We are almost 7 minutes in though. And we've still got such a long way to go. Which would mean if we've done roughly a third in 7 minutes, we've got like another 14 minutes to go. And we have just hit the 10-minute mark on this journey. I've ended up plotting a route. I don't know how the autopilot feature works in this game. But yeah, I'm kind of just going across this line. And we've still got a very, very long way to go. So we are coming up like to nighttime basically. It's getting really, really dark. It's just gone 8:30 at night. We are 15 minutes into this and we've still got 3 kilometers to go. The worst part is, from what I've read, autopilot's not even actually in the game at the moment. So I'm having to sit here to make sure that my boat doesn't come off course and everything like that. Instead of being able to go grab something to eat whilst my boat does all the work of this long, tedious journey, whatever you want to call it, because there's nothing to look at. I'm just delivering cargo. Right, I want to see what this little thing is. We've got something on the map here. I've got no idea what this star is. And yeah, we're over 20 minutes into this and we're still 2 kilometers away. We can't do anything with it. Wait, the light went out. Oh, now it's come back on red. Yeah, I have no idea what they are. Look, it's gone green now. What is that all about? And the light's actually following me. Well, according to the lens flare. Okay, we have less than a kilometre. Like, we're actually 700 metres out. I don't get what these light things are. What could they be? They're not sea markers. They are sea markers. But they're not like the tutorial one that I climbed. This might be a little bit tricky. I have to go in between these two islands here. That light you can see behind this left island where the sea marker is, that's where we've got to go. I actually only have one area. And I've got the wrong approach. Let's just try and power slide it in there. Please let me dock, let me dock. I've taken some damage, but it's not too bad. Okay, if we turn this engine off, get off the wheel, we finally made it. If I quickly stop the timer, yeah, I'm going to take a minute off, and that minute is just purely because I had to pause a few times to manually save the game, and we looked at that sea marker. So it's taken about 24 minutes to get here. If I quickly take this off the screen, we'll reset the time and turn it off. Now let's get all of our cargo and actually get paid for this job. So I've just got to jump on again. We're going to grab the last one. And then that is the job complete. So because of the travelling, our total payment was 75 grand. Our XP is 1,287, which was nice. If we refuel, if I go all the way up, 3 grand, we should be completely full on fuel now. We've got 150,000. And look, there's doors here, but there's no job. The only place we can grab a job from is the place we came from. As far as I'm aware, there might be another couple of places. I'm not entirely sure. But that means going all the way back up here just to get a job. And as you guys would have seen with the timer, it took 24 minutes to get down here. I am not going to spend 24 minutes going back to Rost to pick up a job to travel again. There should be jobs from these different ports that you go to. Like, for an example, we should be able to grab a job from here that takes us up to this one, then grab a job from here that takes us back to Rost or something like that, so that we're earning money in between. And I know it's early access, I get it. But at the same time, I'm not willing to sit there and spend 24 minutes. Because if I did that 17-kilometre job, which I think takes you all the way up to here, or maybe even up to Moscow, I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember where it says. But say it takes you all that way. So you come from Rost, you go all the way up there. That's going to take you, what, roughly 2.5 times the amount of time. So that's an hour. You then have to sail an hour with no autopilot or anything like that back to Rost to grab another job. I'm not going to sit there and do that. So I don't think I'm actually going to return to this game until there's been a lot more development. I would like to see autopilot implemented. I'll keep it installed and everything. I'll keep an eye on the update notes and stuff. But I want to see autopilot implemented. I want to see possibly even some form of fast travel. And I want to see offices put at other ports for players to pick up jobs, so they're not having to constantly go back to Rost to pick up their jobs to go and deliver cargo. And not only that, I've also seen that apparently the fishing side of the game, you don't earn any XP. That's purely in the game for you to earn money. So you can't level up through doing your fishing and stuff. So we've either got to do cargo to level up or fishing to earn money. And I think the game needs a lot more development, because that shouldn't ever be the case in a game where you do one thing for money, one thing for XP. So yeah, it's frustrated me a tiny bit having to sail for 24 minutes to get to the destination and then having to go all the way back. I was kind of hoping when we got here there was an office or something in the area. But it just seems like I haven't been to every single place in the game, but it just seems as though Rost is the only place. And I'm not willing to put up with that. And I want further development on this game, because I want to have fun playing this. I absolutely loved fishing North Atlantic, spent hours upon hours in that game. And I know this is early access, but it's really, really early access. I believe they should have done, like, my personal opinion is they should have put a lot more in the game before releasing it for people to buy. But yeah, on that note, we're going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about ships at sea in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.